Okay, we're going to be doing quite a lot today. I'm going to make a dip that I use to make my stuffed jalapenos wrapped in bacon. Hopefully we will get to some banana muffins. But the first thing I have to do is I have to deal with some extracts that I'm making. I've got a vanilla extract here. I have a lemon extract here. I'm going to put more lemon zest in that. And then I'm going to start a cinnamon extract. But the first thing that I need to do, and I do this all the time, is in these two, I need to top them off with some of the plain vodka. That's what I use. And that way they can get topped off, and I can start my cinnamon and not have it overflow. So that's what I do. It's nothing that you have to do. It's just something that I prefer to do. That way I can have more than one going at a time. So I'm going to put a little bit into that. And I'm going to put a little bit into that. And then they can just kind of keep on a steeping. And then to make your extracts, it's really quite simple. In the lemon extract, I just peel my lemons and plop the peels in there. I want this to be really, really, really lemony. So that's why I'm doing this. I have some other lemons that I'm going to peel and also put in there. And all I do is, of course, take the sticker off and then just peel the lemon. Get as much of the skin as you can. Try not to get very much of the pith. That's going to make a very sour lemon. But you can see with a potato peeler, it doesn't get much of that pith. So this is why I do it this way. And with having to make the dip, I need lemon juice for that. So I'll probably just peel, I've got a half a lemon already. So I will just peel one. I might peel a second one. We'll kind of see how it feels. Let's see, you can just poke the lemons right in there. I'm going to do a second one. Doesn't take but a minute. You get just excellent. Now see, that one has a little bit of pith on the end, so I'm going to take that out, set it aside. It's not hard to make your own. There's another one. Make your own extracts. And you can do this with anything. This is how you make almond extracts. You can just use blanched almonds. I'm going to try making some chocolate using cacao, but I haven't gotten that far. So you see, it raises it up. That's probably all I'm going to do. This will now go back in my pantry. So it is ready. My vanilla one is done. I'll just kind of shake it up a little bit, and you can just keep adding vanilla beans. So now with this one, I have some cinnamon sticks, and I just bought these at my local, and I'm just gonna dunk them down in there. I'm going to get as many in as I can. Hopefully I can get this whole bag. And this is, that's okay. We're just going to do this. If it fails, it fails. And I'm out like $13 for the liquor. So, yeah. So, I'm going to put that on. Shake it up, and in a month, I'll check them all, see where they're at, and go from there. Clean up my mess. Put these into my pantry. So now I'm going to make the dip that I'm going to use to stuff my jalapeno peppers. This is a very easy dip, but it sure is versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things. So let me get my cutting board. Set that off a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use this bowl, and I'll just squeeze the lemon into that. My naked lemons. And I just let the seeds go in there as well. And then I just strain them out when I'm using the lemon juice. So and that's probably plenty, so I guess I'll just have a naked lemon around the house. Oops, forgot a lemon peel. So I'm just going to strain my lemon juice and put it in there, catch all those seeds. And that's probably going to be enough lemon juice, but we'll have to kind of see. So then I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut up all of these onions because I'm actually going to be doing a couple of different dips throughout this week and a couple of different dinners. So I'm just going to do that. If you don't know how to clean a green pepper, just cut off the end and then take off that first layer of skin. So I cut off the end. There's that first layer of skin, and we're going to get rid of it. Sometimes they're long, sometimes they're not. I have my garbage over here to my right in case you're wondering what I'm doing with everything. It's just going right into the garbage. But this is really a very good dip. You can use it for crackers. You can use a little bit of cream and make it a little bit more liquidy. You can use it as a dip. You can also use it as, and put it on a nice hot steak that's been grilled. I like using it for the jalapenos. Gives it just a little bit of extra. So I'm going to put the whites into one bowl and the tops into another bowl. And I don't cut them real small because the mixer will mix them up. So that's about what I do. And then I'll do these. I'll have a little bit of green in there, but that'll be for, I'll put a little bit of the white and the tops into this dip. And then I'm also going to use this lemon for a pizza that I'm going to be doing, so I'll do that. And then probably even do a little bit for the stir fry that I'm going to be doing. Trying to get some stuff done so my week is a little bit easier. I have something every Tuesday, so I'm just gonna, and I've got to start doing lunches and stuff for at the office. It's just gotten way too expensive to eat out these days, so this is what I'm doing. I like dips as a snack, but I also like them as a meal. I might even do, I'm going to put those in there because I want some of them in there. That'll give it some green. I'm going to do about that much of those. And We even got 2 things of cream cheese that are going to go in here. And we also have some garlic. And this is garlic that I dried. I should have made it into powder, but I didn't. So we're just going to put a teaspoon of garlic in there. I'm going to try to get the stuff that isn't too chunky. There's a 2nd teaspoon. I like garlic. So there's that. And we're going to do our cream cheese. Growing garlic, I'm finding out, is quite easy. I put it in the ground last October, November. And if I remember, I will show you what it looks like now that it's growing. And you harvest it, I believe it's in July. I have to look that up. But I'm going to put in 2 8-ounce blocks, because I do want to make quite a bit of this. I'll make it the jalapeno poppers out of it, but then I'll also have it for dip and stuff for lunches. All of these, oops, fell off. I'll get that here in a minute. Okay, so I have lemon, I have onion, I have garlic, and I have the cream cheese. Now we're going to put in, and I just use, imitation crab meat. You can use real crab, you can use shrimp. You can put almost anything in this you want. This is 1.5 pounds. So let's see what half of it looks like. In here. I'm just going to break it up. And then those green onions will really look nice in here because it'll give it some other color other than white and red. And I think I'm going to do like half of this. Normally I just do 8 ounces of cream cheese with 8 ounces of the imitation crab. But yeah, I couldn't find the crab I normally use, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. And then what I do is I put it in my KitchenAid with my paddle on it and just let it beat up. So I'll come back after that. Okay, and this is what it looks like after you've blended it up. You can blend it up more or less. I just kind of like it this way. It makes it easier to use as a dip or to stuff like jalapenos or something else with it. So now, got some runaway onions here. Now I'm going to work on the jalapenos. I don't use gloves. I get yelled at every time, but I like using bigger ones because I take these a lot of times for lunch with a salad, something like that. So I like using bigger ones. And all I do, let me get, you know what a grapefruit spoon is? That's normally what I use. And I know I used to have some, but I can't find them right now. So I'm either going to have to get another set, and they usually come in sets of 3. But they're the spoons that have the little spines in them. And those work out really great when you're trying to get the seeds and the membranes out of all sorts of things, but definitely jalapenos. But this is what I do. I don't care if the stem is on there because I kind of hold the stem anyhow, and then I just use a spoon and cut down the membrane get out that back part. And see, that's all I do. And this usually gives me enough for a meal and then also at least one lunch. Like I said, I usually do it with some sort of a salad, or I'll get a salad at work to be able to see. So let me move some stuff. Move that down. There we go. So, but anyhow, if you've got a one of those spoons, this is even easier. This isn't bad. You can still get it out, and it's not too bad as far as getting oils on your hands. Just if you use the gloves if you want to. I just don't like to. I'm the one that's eating this, so it's just me. But if you want to use gloves, use gloves. I do wash my hands really well after this, and I do know that, I won't get all the oils off, but then I will use other means to get them off. And I'm just really careful not to get my hands near my eyes or my mouth or my nose. I'm going to set my oven for 350 degrees because I do want to cook these right away, so that I have them for when I, there we go. Let me do that. There's all sorts of different recipes out there for these jalapeno poppers, so give some of them a try. I like jalapenos, so if you're not a jalapeno lover and you still want to try these, use something like the Jalapeño from Baker Creek. I am going to grow some of those in my garden this year. They're supposed to have the taste but not the spice. So yeah, I'm really excited. Hopefully I can get them to grow. And my last one. All of those seeds out. And of course, dump those seeds. I know you're not supposed to do this with your knife either, but I also know how to hone a knife. So, have a holder. Okay, now I'm going to go wash my hands. I am really bad at wearing an apron, and I know I should do that more so I don't ruin my clothes. So I'm quick going to put an apron on. But, yep. Okay. Then I'm going to get my bacon ready, and we will start getting these stuffed and wrapped with bacon and into the oven. There it goes. Let's see here. Let's move some stuff around here. I don't think I need my knives anymore. I'll put them off to the side. I'll take my crab, put it back here. I think I am going to make a macaroni crab salad. So if I put this here, you should be able to see it. Well, then you can't see. Let's see here. There we go. So all I do is I take, fill it up as much as you want it filled. I don't normally try to overfill, but you know, about like that. And then I take a piece of bacon and just simply wrap it. Not hard. And these are, oh my goodness, so good. So, and then the rest of this I will put in a container and put in my refrigerator and have it for just like chips and dips, that sort of thing. Go that way. If you try this recipe, let me know. I'd like to know what you think of it, and if you like the crab recipe, if you used a different, something other than crab. Like I said, you could use shrimp. I've made this same recipe with shrimp, and it's really good. But let me know. I'd like to hear what you thought of this dip. If you've got some other ideas of different things that you want me to do, you can leave that down in the messages, and I'd be happy to maybe figure out a new recipe. See, that one's a little overfilled, so I'm going to take some of it out. And I put it in the oven at 350 for about, I'll check it at about 20-25 minutes, and then I'll go from there. If the bacon's not cooked, it just doesn't look like everything's done, then I'll leave it in. These bigger ones are probably going to take a little longer. Sometimes bacon sticks to itself. I do use pretty thin bacon. To me, it's just harder to wrap the thicker bacon. So I do use the thinner stuff. You know, and you can put in other spices besides just garlic. You can do, I don't know, you could do probably ginger, or I should try turmeric. I like turmeric, but not everybody does. But yeah, so, and if you get down to the last few, sometimes you can cut the bacon in half. It's usually why I only do about 6 peppers at a time. So I know I should have enough bacon for that in a package. Now, you don't have to use green onions. You can just use regular onions and just chop up, you know, like a 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of onions, and use that too. You don't have to use the green ones. I just think the green looks nice in there, so that's why I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Ooh, I got plenty enough bacon. Yay. I like it when that turns out. I'm actually going to have a couple of extra pieces of bacon, so maybe I'll have a BLT for lunch. By doing something like this with your dips, stuffing something, you can you know, have different options for it. You know, these are absolutely fantastic if you do them for a party. I've done that before, and I use the smaller ones if I'm taking them to a party. But yeah, so, you know, this size is usually what I find for parties. Works the best. Just something people can just kind of grab and eat in 1 or 2 bites, 3 bites, something like that. Now I'm going to show you if if it is smaller, instead of having the whole piece, then you can cut the bacon in half and you'll be able to do that. But I don't want to do that today because I probably should, but you know, oh well. And something else that's good in this dip recipe is to cut up, you know, mince really fine a jalapeno and put that in the dip. It just gives it a little bit of zing, I guess you'd say. I like jalapeno. So there they all are, ready to go in the washer, or into the in the oven. And I'm just gonna wipe my hands off with that dish rag that was there. And into the oven they go. There we go. So I have a couple of strips of bacon. I'm going to put them into here. And like I said, I'll use them for a BLT this afternoon. That sounds pretty good. So put that back in the oven, or in the refrigerator. And that's done. So we've got our 3 different extracts done, a dip done, and some jalapeno poppers in the oven. We'll get back with you when the poppers are done, and I'll show you what those look like. Right now I'm going to clean up my mess and put my dip into a container. I did taste the dip to make sure the seasonings were all good. I was really kind of wondering about the lemon juice, but it's all good. So now I'm going to try it on a cracker. And like I said, okay, so these are them when they're done. I like my bacon a little done, so you don't have to cook it as long as I did. I cooked it for about maybe 25 minutes, but I like it crispy, and I like the way the dip kind of comes out. This one kind of exploded, but it'll still taste good. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Thank you so much for tuning in to Life's Little Adventures. Cooking is definitely one of those. And as always, live adventurously, laugh daily, and love endlessly. Thanks for coming. Bye. Subscribe.